Hi, welcome to my channel, and today we are finally getting around to the interior of the castle that I promised you. I am so sorry that it's late. This was supposed to be up last week, like last Wednesday, but unfortunately, my life just got absolutely turned upside down and it really slowed down everything. I had to have electricians in and they tore up my whole house, and there was a lot of work to be done before they came over, and it's just been a lot. And then I've had to try and put my house back together after they very kindly fixed my electrics. Like, I'm pleased that I'm not in danger anymore, but yeah, there was a lot of work to do, and it really stressed me out. So yeah, sorry that this is late, but it's finally here now. That does mean that, yeah, I'm not getting out like a Valentine's video, which kind of sucks, but this is your Valentine's. A castle's pretty romantic, right? Like, people get married at castles and stuff. Like, they're pretty romantic things, so I think it counts. But I hope it's Valentine's. I hope I got this video up in time. If it's not, I mean, I apologize. Happy belated Valentine's, I guess, but I'm hoping we get it up on time. Either way, I really enjoyed furnishing the castle because once I got the floor plan down, like you might have noticed, I didn't show you any of the floor plan doing or like putting in the stairs because it literally took me hours. Like, genuinely, no exaggeration, I think it took me 2 hours to get the floor plan and the stairs in because it was just not coming together for some reason. And I think I said in the last video, I'm not 100% happy with it. Like, I still think it could be improved, but I don't know how to do that. So yeah, it is the way that it is, and it's fine. It's perfectly functional. It's just yeah, I think maybe it could have been a bit better, but other than that, I think the actual furnishings of the rooms really came together quite nicely. Like, I don't think I was once I knew what I wanted to do, it was really easy to like get what I wanted out of it. Basically, it was like, oh yeah, I know what I want to do and what I want to put down and stuff. And you'll see me like struggle a little bit on the ground floor, but once I get up to like the bedrooms and stuff, I'm just like flying with it. I know what I'm about and what I'm here for. But I ended up making this, I think it's technically 6 bedrooms, because upstairs I was like, I don't know what to put upstairs other than more bedrooms. So, because obviously this is for the Goth family, so I was like, I need to have at least 1 bedroom for Bella and Mortimer, 1 bedroom for Cassandra, and 1 bedroom for Alexander. So there's obviously at least 3. And then I made 3 more rooms, which are like, I guess, kind of like 2 guest bedrooms, and then like a kids or like toddler room, because it's got like a baby bassinet and infant crib and stuff. So it's, yeah, technically it's okay for babies, because in my save, Bella and Mortimer constantly having babies. They're always having babies. Every time I leave them to it, like obviously I'm playing in my game and they're just going around in the background. Anytime I check neighborhood stories, it's always Bella and Mortimer have welcomed a new baby. Bella and Mortimer have adopted a new kid. Like, they always end up with so much kids. So I think it makes sense that they would have 6 bedrooms, because they just can't stop having kids. they're just here for the babies, which is fine. This castle can absolutely accommodate them. But yeah, I really was pleased with how it came out. I think it came together really nicely. It does use quite a lot of packs, because I think how I said last time, I wasn't really concerned about like making it a limited pack build or like just using the castle kit or whatever. I just wanted to build the best Goth castle I could. And by Goth castle, I mean the castle appropriate for the Goth. Though I think it is also a Gothic castle, but I could have gone like even more heavy-handed with that. I think I tried to keep it, I don't want to say modern, because it's still a castle, so that's not right, but I guess like updated is the correct word, or like renovated, in that like it's still, you know, hundreds of years old or whatever, but we've had modern plumbing put in, and you know, there's like some amenities. Like, you can see at the moment, I think I'm going around and putting radiators in everywhere, because I thought, yeah, they would probably have at least radiators. I did actually put a radiator right next to the glow bar, and like in real life you probably wouldn't want to have like a source of heat right next to your like preferably cold drinks. So yeah, but Sims doesn't actually matter. Also, you might want to keep an eye on those radiators, because I'm not sure why, but sometimes they do seem to burst into flame. I've been playing, not in this house, but another house that I had radiators in, and it just kept bursting into flames, and I'm not sure if it was because we was cursed or something at the time, because living in rentals, sometimes you end up with a cursed book and that makes things like catch on fire. So I'm not sure if that was what caused it, or if they just have the chance to catch on fire, because it's like the, what are they called? The heaters, the little space heaters from Snowy Escape, they always catch on fire. Like, even when I upgrade them to be like fireproof, they continue to catch on fire. They're just always catching on fire, and it was such a hassle because I would be, I'm on vacation, I'm taking my Sims on a nice skiing vacation, and they keep waking up in the middle of the night because their damn space heater catches on fire. And what was worse, it was always the ones in the infants' room. Like, it was always my infants and toddlers' room's space heater that caught on fire, and it was, fortunately, they can't die from fire, but their parents who run in there to save them very much can. It was a big hassle, so I try not to use space heaters in my actual gameplay, but I thought at least for like the aesthetics, this place kind of needed the radiators. And like I said, maybe it was just because we were cursed at the time that it burst into flames. So yeah, just keep an eye on that. But anyway, this build has technically 4 floors, but I only furnished the top 3, basically just because I didn't know what to put down there, like, because it was getting like a lot of bedrooms, and I also didn't want to like overly decorate it just because it will start to like lag out if you put that much in, and spreading stuff out of across 4 floors is so frustrating. Like, you never know where your Sims are, so I thought 3 was probably enough. That being said, there is definitely enough space down there for you to put anything, because there's nothing down there. You hear me? There's nothing at all down there. There's nothing special, there's no hidden secrets. However, if you watch my little tour at the end, maybe there will be a special surprise for you if you stick around to the end, so make sure you do go and watch that, even though nothing will happen, because there's nothing down there. There's nothing down there at all. But anyway, there is enough space down there for you to put, like, I thought about maybe doing like a full-on like banquet hall and stuff, but it was, just me more being like, it's getting a bit much now, so I didn't. But yeah, you could very easily like pop that on there. So if you do download this on the gallery, my name is Nobume1387. That's Nobume, Nobume 1387. I had to think about my own spelling just then. So yeah, if you want to download it for gallery, my gallery name is always in the description, so you can always like copy and paste it from there if you need to. Sorry about that, I just had to add in a little gallery plug for myself because I've got lots of nice little builds on there. Maybe you'll find something else if a castle's not quite your vibe. This is very far off from what I usually do, to be honest. I'm definitely more of a modern builder. That being said, I don't know how many there are up on there right now. We might have to do a couple more of those so I can pad out my portfolio a little bit. So have we all heard the news about Paralives? I don't know how interested you guys are on Paralives and stuff, but I'm very interested. We all saw, or I hope we've all seen, the nice new trailer that they did where they showed us some gameplay and stuff. It looks very different than what I was expecting. I mean, that's mostly because obviously my only experience with live Sims is The Sims. So it's kind of like that's what I expect it to look like, but it does look quite different. And I think that's a good thing because, I don't want a carbon copy of The Sims. I already have The Sims. I just want a better version of it. I just think that, competition is such a good thing. Like, it's always good for businesses to have competition because it makes them do better. Like, it makes them innovate and try out new things and just, like, actually give a crap about their game, because if there's a possibility that somebody might snatch their audience out from underneath them, then I think they have a much higher chance of, actually, like, caring about it and stuff, and like, just being like, oh wow, we need to retain people and make sure they play our game and not their game. So I always think it's a good thing for games like this to have competition, even if it's like, it's obviously just a small indie game. Like, I'm not expecting massive like grandeur. Like, EA is a billion-dollar company. They can't possibly compare to a literal like 12 people team, I think. But this is clearly going to be more of a labor of love kind of thing, and more of like just a passion project, which I'm also not upset about because Stardew Valley was a passion project, and that is phenomenal. It's one of the greatest games of all time in my opinion, especially just because of like the creator's dedication to keeping it a good game and keeping it updated and stuff. And like, he also does free DLC, because just in case you haven't seen the Paralives trailer, they did announce free DLC forever, and I genuinely hope that they can keep that up, because that is like a big ask to like not make any money that way and to like rely off of like essentially donations and things. That's a lot, particularly because they said that they only wanted to like the base game be the payment, like you pay for the base game and that's it. So it means that like there's no constant income unless it's people like continually buying it. It's not the same as like how, yeah, with The Sims 4 the DLC keeps topping it up and stuff. So I hope that they can manage it, but I would also understand if they couldn't, just because, yeah, it's expensive. Labor is expensive and they deserve to be paid for their work. So yeah, I'm very, very excited for it, but I'm also, you know, keeping my expectations low, not because I don't think they can do it, but because 12 people can't make a game the same size as EA, and I think it would be unfair to put the same level of pressure on them, or like expectation that I would have for EA, because I'm quite harsh on EA, and it is because they're a multi-million, if not billion-dollar company who absolutely has the time and resources to make a good game. It's just that, you know, the powers that be have decided not to give the game either the money or the resources, because for whatever reason, like they want the game out at a specific time, or like the DLC out at a specific time, but they aren't willing to like let the developers do what's necessary, if that makes sense. Like they would rather be like, oh yeah, we just need to get the wedding pack out on Valentines, even though it's far from ready and we know it's not ready, because it's more important that the sales are made and stuff. And it's just, yeah, it's really, really frustrating, because especially with things like the wedding pack where it was more important to get it out, a lot of people that follow like Sims YouTube and stuff were aware of it, but most people who play The Sims aren't, because I feel like that's what more heavy Simmers kind of don't realize, is that like the average Sims player isn't looking at like YouTube recommendations and stuff like that. They're not in Facebook groups and Discords and stuff like that. They are literally just buying what they see they like and playing the game, which is obviously perfectly fine. Like you don't have to be mad into anything, but that's why these packs do so well, because I do see people like complain like, why do people keep buying them? Why do people keep buying them? Because they don't know. Like I always use one of my cousins as like a benchmark for what the average Sims player is like, because yeah, that is literally what she's like. She doesn't watch any Sims YouTubers really, or like go in Sims groups. She just, oh, and there's a wedding pack, oh, I want weddings, so I buy the wedding pack, and that kind of thing. And like she had no ideas about the problems that obviously people like Lil Simsy and like Plumbella were all talking about before the pack came out, because she doesn't follow those people, so she just bought it and then had a terrible time. So yeah, I think it's that's what I try and keep in mind as well, is that like a lot of people aren't aware of what's going on. And like that sounds terrible, it sounds like I'm being like, oh, they don't know, but it's like, no, they shouldn't have to be aware of upcoming bugs, you know what I mean? Like that is actually a ridiculous thing to ask or suggest or anything, because why would you be concerned that a brand new pack that you're gonna charge me like £20 for doesn't work, and like I'm just supposed to be like, oh yeah, well, you knew it didn't work? Like what do you mean? Like that doesn't make any sense. So yeah, it's not like I'm mad at her for not knowing. I'm mad at EA for putting her in a position that she didn't know, and because yeah, obviously they didn't address any of that kind of criticism, and I'm not surprised that they did. They just put out the patch, whatever. But it's just, yeah, it just makes me mad. It just makes me mad. And that's why they need some kind of competition like Paralives, because when there's no competition, it's kind of like, what are you gonna do about it? You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, we've made this bad thing, but if you want to play a life sim, what else are you gonna play? There isn't any options. And that's literally what happened with City Skylines and Sim City, is that another game came in, and that kind of did kill the Sims, Sim City, but that's another story for another time. And I genuinely don't think Paralives is gonna kill The Sims 4, or that it even wants to do that. I don't think that that's one of their goals. Like, I know they advertise a lot about like features they have that The Sims doesn't, but that's just because they want you to have a reason to play their game, not just that, you know, they want to like talk The Sims, or like, you know, just be like dickish about it. I guess it's just because they want you to like their game and have a reason to play it. But I'd love to know your guys' thoughts on Paralives and stuff, and the new Life by You game. I guess that one has been delayed, I think, but I think it's better that it's delayed and it actually comes out good than they rush it and it comes out bad, like I've just spent the last 18 pages front and back ranting about. But yeah, do let me know what your thoughts are on that and all that, and also what you think of this build. Like, give me some comments, some constructive criticism, because if you give me negative criticism, I will cry. But yeah, give me some nice comments and tell me what you liked about it it and what you think I could have done with that downstairs room. That especially because it's a massive amount of space that I just did not fill in. So yeah, if you have any ideas of what I should have put in there, put those down in the comments as well. But yeah, we are rapidly coming towards the end of the speed build portion of the video. After this, we have a lovely little video that I made for you, and it might have a fun secret about what's definitely not in the basement. So, you know, make sure you stick around to the end of that, because there's definitely no fun secrets at the end that I think you should stick around for. I'm hyping it up so much, it's really not that big of a deal, but I worked hard on this video. I really did try. It's like one of the first times I've done something like this, so you'll have to let me know what you think of it, because if nobody appreciates it, I won't do it again. But yeah, so anyway, with all that being said, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope you have a wonderful Valentine's. Let me know what your plans for that are in the comments as well. And yeah, I will see you all in the next one. Bye!